For more than 2 decades of bowing his head to sweep quiet school hallways, this 56-year-old man could never have imagined that a covertly recorded video of him singing along would push him straight into the epicenter of television history.
One of the senior producers messages and says, "Are you interested in being on the show?" And I'm like,
that was a yes.
Behind the $1 million championship trophy and the dazzling glamour of America's Got Talent lie hidden shadows that few people know about.
And winner of $1 million is Richard Goodall!
Following a multitude of speculations, Richard Goodall finally admitted what all of us suspected. Do not look away, because what is about to be unraveled will completely change your perception of this champion's turbulent life. For over 23 years, Richard Goodall worked as a custodian at West Vigo Middle School in Vigo County, Indiana.
At Vigo County Schools in western Indiana, he's known as Mr. Richard. For 23 years, he's found his job quiet and solitary in the summer.
His daily routine followed a closed-loop schedule, starting early in the morning before students arrived. His main duties included mopping hallways, scrubbing restrooms, collecting trash, and cleaning cafeteria dining tables. Throughout his labor, Goodall maintained the habit of humming and singing 1980s classic rock songs while working. Music served as a method to relieve personal pressure in the quiet workspace. Students at the middle school frequently heard his voice echoing through the empty hallways. The school administration and staff rated Goodall as a hard-working employee with a cheerful attitude and strict labor discipline throughout his more than 2 decades of dedication. The turning point occurred in 2022 during a routine shift in the school cafeteria. A student used a mobile phone to record Goodall cleaning a dining table and performing the song "Don't Stop Believin'" by the rock band Journey. The video was uploaded to the TikTok social media platform and quickly attracted a massive number of views and shares within just a few days.
It's a big break that came after a teacher recorded him at a school talent show years ago. She put it on TikTok. Millions watched.
According to information from the Indianapolis Star newspaper, the recorded content spread at a dizzying speed, turning an ordinary blue-collar worker into the focus of attention for the nationwide online community. The clip also attracted the attention of many influential figures in the entertainment industry, including reality television judge Howie Mandel. Mandel publicly expressed his impression of the powerful vocal quality and shared the video on his personal social media account, contributing to boosting the reach of the middle school custodian's image. Amidst the wave of attention from public opinion and mass media, Goodall continued to maintain his cleaning job at the school, according to his usual schedule. He refused to immediately change his lifestyle and did not abandon his familiar labor position for many months after the video reached millions of views. He still wore his janitor uniform, held his squeegee, and moved through classrooms steadily to maintain personal stability under sudden public pressure. The contrast between the level of spread on social media and the reality of manual labor life created a topic that attracted deep interest from both local and national press. News agencies continuously sent reporters to Terre Haute to record his daily life. Goodall shared multiple times in press interviews that he was completely surprised by the event. "I am just an ordinary working person trying to do my job well every day, never thinking that singing while cleaning could touch millions of people around the world like that." This viral event also marked the end of Goodall's closed-off life period before the public. Previously, he had gone through an audition for the reality television show The Voice, but did not receive a positive result, and quickly returned to his quiet local life. The silence in the school hallways eventually had to make way for shocking turning points, as the wave of social media spread, attracted special attention from national television show producers, directly pulling a man accustomed to living in the shadows straight into the brightest glory. of the big stage. The historic night. In May 2024, Richard Goodall embarked upon the very first flight of his entire life, traveling thousands of miles from the quiet landscapes of Indiana all the way to sprawling Los Angeles, following a formal, highly coveted invitation from the dedicated producers of America's Got Talent Season 19. Prior to that remarkable juncture, his geographical boundaries had never once extended past the western edge of the majestic Missouri River, transforming his entire immersive encounter within the massive glittering television studio into a completely unprecedented and surreal paradigm shift. The rigorous preparation phase leading up to his initial preliminary audition unfolded amidst intensely heavy psychological pressure, largely driven by the stark contrast between his routine, ordinary working environment and the dizzying high-stakes scale of a premier national television production. As he finally stepped out onto the magnificent main stage under blinding lights, Goodall courageously performed his signature rendition of the timeless rock anthem Don't Stop Believin', right before the discerning gaze of a superstar, judging panel featuring Simon Cowell, Heidi Klum, Sofia Vergara, and Howie Mandel. Scarcely had he uttered the very first opening notes when his performance instantly commanded overwhelming attention, captivating everyone present thanks to his astonishing vocal range and an extraordinary resonant power that seemed entirely defying for someone of his 55 years. Overwhelmed by the sheer brilliance of the moment, Judge Heidi Klum decisively slammed her hand down upon the powerful golden buzzer right in the middle of the performance, instantaneously propelling him straight through to the prestigious live performance rounds while completely bypassing all intermediate selection hurdles. Judge Simon Cowell later enthusiastically corroborated across multiple major media outlets that this breathtaking event stood proudly among the most unforgettable highlights in the entire rich history of the franchise. Subsequently, the ensuing live competition phase introduced daunting physical and mental endurance trials for the unassuming middle-aged worker. Even so, Goodall steadfastly maintained his peak vocal form across all subsequent rounds, thoughtfully delivering meticulously curated musical numbers specifically chosen to communicate his deeply personal message of resilience. The finale took place with the rendition of the song faithfully helping Goodall officially win the overall championship of Season 19 in September 2024. This result placed him in history as the oldest champion of the show and also the first singer to win, after a streak of 5 consecutive years, where other art forms dominated the highest title. This event attracted widespread interest from major news agencies in the U.S., turning an unknown custodian into a face appearing on magazine covers and national television news broadcasts. Alongside the championship title and a $1 million prize pressure from a busy work schedule began to directly impact Goodall's physical health. Right after the show ended, the high intensity of travel for interviews, media events, and music practice pushed his body past its endurance limit. In late 2024, he had to undergo surgery to treat a hernia, as prescribed medically. The surgery and recovery process took place under conditions limiting media access to ensure necessary rest time. The sudden transition from a stable manual labor rhythm to the schedule of a public figure created massive psychological inner turmoils. The million-dollar glory has never been an easy coat to wear, and the price paid for peak fame is sometimes the quiet storms behind the scenes, where physical wounds and painful memories of his deceased wife unexpectedly rushed back in the loneliest moments. The pain of loss. Before achieving his breakthrough milestone on national television, Richard Goodall's personal life went through a series of severe fluctuations in both mental and professional aspects. The period before 2021, besides his main job at the middle school, Goodall maintained semi-professional artistic activities by participating in a small local gospel band. This music group frequently traveled between religious locations and community events in Terre Haute to perform traditional songs. This collective performance activity created positive energy, serving as an important social interaction space, helping him maintain his passion for singing after hours of hard labor. However, the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic in early 2020 created a major shock to the group's operational structure. Strict social distancing regulations, along with orders to close all public places, churches, and performance stages, caused the activity schedule to be completely paralyzed. The inability to maintain practice sessions and live performances for a long time led to the band dissolving itself in late 2020. This disintegration cut off one of the few remaining musical connections that Goodall had cherished for many years, pushing him into a state of bewilderment and narrowing his personal performance space to a minimum. The disappointment from the interruption of musical activities worsened further when a major family crisis struck in 2021. Goodall's first wife, Patricia Sue, passed away at the hospital after a long battle with kidney cancer. Patricia's departure left a huge void in Goodall's personal life, because she was the one who had accompanied and patiently supported him through many years of facing failures in his singing career, including the unsuccessful period at previous auditions. Daily living routines at home were completely upended as the living space became empty. Habits of sharing work and living together vanished abruptly, forcing Goodall to face heavy psychological pressure from grief all by himself. Sharing with the media about this period of loss, Goodall once choked up and confided, "That was the darkest time when I lost my life partner who believed in me unconditionally, and music was the only lifeline helping me keep my spirits up day by day." Even so, personal discipline formed through years of doing blue-collar work maintained relative stability in his daily schedule. Right in the months following his wife's passing, Goodall still maintained going to the middle school to work on time every morning using manual labor as a psychological therapy to reduce the mental void. However, the pent-up pressure from the loss of his life partner and social isolation in the post-pandemic period created profound shifts in his voice quality and personal performance style. Colleagues and close friends who shared workspace with Goodall noted the appearance of sad low notes, a choked voice, and a clear volume of pent-up emotion every time he sang during breaks at school. This personal sorrow was not publicly revealed through mass media at that time, but it silently accumulated and became the core foundation, creating the expressive depth resonance and inner weight in subsequent performances on the America's Got Talent stage. The fierce storms of personal loss and profound isolation appeared to have completely drained every ounce of strength remaining within that man. Whereas fate evidently had not finished its course at that moment, when a long-buried secret from his birth suddenly emerged to light fully unsealing chapters of his ancestral lineage that seemed to have been locked away for all eternity. The bloodline secret. Richard Goodall's life continued to welcome an unprecedented turning point when bloodline relationships hidden since childhood gradually came to light. Born in the city of Indianapolis and raised in Terre Haute, Indiana, Goodall was an adopted child from early infancy. Throughout the first 5 decades of his life, his personal file maintained limited information about his biological family of origin, creating information gaps that he had proactively closed from many years prior. According to official information published after achieving the reality TV championship, Goodall had once accepted the reality that he would never have the opportunity to find his biological bloodline roots due to the scarcity of initial archive data and legal barriers in accessing adoption records at that time. However, the situation changed completely during the post-America's Got Talent contest period, when his newly wedded wife, Angie, directly proposed and persuaded him to carry out a genealogical information review through online commercial DNA analysis services to seek potential clues about his family of origin. The biological gene data extraction and cross-referencing process, coordinated with online genealogical database platforms, yielded preliminary results in late 2024. The data positioning system connected Goodall with a U.S. military veteran and former K-9 police officer named Hubert, currently living in a neighboring area in Indiana, not far from Goodall's long-term residence. The personal identity verification process confirmed that Hubert was Goodall's biological father, who was completely unaware of the existence of this son for more than 50 years prior, due to twists and turns and separation from his youth. The rare coincidence of the case lay in the fact that biological father Hubert himself had directly watched Goodall's competition rounds on national television within the framework of America's Got Talent Season 19. During the process of following live broadcast episodes on television, Hubert noticed a major similarity in appearance, facial features, and demeanor between himself and the male contestant performing on stage, thereby raising questions about a potential bloodline connection. Right after the electronic genealogy database system matched information from both sides, the first direct communication between father and son was conducted over the phone. During the identity-confirming phone conversation, Hubert directly asked Goodall whether he was the middle school custodian who had gone viral on social media platforms thanks to singing performances on the reality television show. Confirmation from both sides opened up a face-to-face reunion in Indiana, marking the first time in Goodall's life seeing his biological father after more than half a century of wandering. This bloodline connection process simultaneously uncovered the existence of 3 other biological siblings in the family that Goodall had never known the names of or met during his upbringing in Terre Haute. The appearance of new family members added an important piece to the life picture, which previously lacked information about the origins of the music champion. Publicizing information about his biological father and lost siblings was carried out by Goodall through official social media accounts to share with the fan community. In the accompanying media releases, Goodall publicly acknowledged the huge role of his wife Angie, affirming that without direct urging and support from her in carrying out DNA tests, he would have forever kept his decision to bypass this family history. When sharing about that magical reunion emotion, Goodall stated to the press, "Meeting my biological father and siblings again, after more than 50 years of searching in vain, is a magical piece that I never dared to imagine would appear in my life. The moment of finding bloodline roots again, after more than half a century of drifting, breathed strong vitality into Richard Goodall's spiritual life, creating a perfect stepping stone for him to officially bid farewell to the familiar floor mop, completely closing the chapter of silent labor to step into the brightest chapter of his life with large-scale music projects and a feature film telling the story of his own miraculous journey. The retirement decision. In June 2026, Richard Goodall officially submitted his retirement resignation from the position of custodian at West Vigo Middle School in Vigo County, Indiana, closing a 25-year journey of continuous attachment to blue-collar labor in the local education system. The decision to leave the familiar hallways and squeegee took place against the backdrop of an increasingly expanding personal artistic activity schedule, with high frequency after success from the title of America's Got Talent Season 19. In official press releases sent to local media, Goodall acknowledged that the decision to give up a stable job carried heavy psychological and challenging turning points, because in reality, the commercial entertainment field inherently contains many unpredictable fluctuation factors compared to a regular monthly income. The process of saying goodbye to longtime colleagues and students at the middle school took place in an emotional atmosphere, marking the moment of completely ending the phase of simultaneously maintaining 2 different lives between manual labor and professional music performance. Alongside the retirement decision in the summer of this year, major film production companies, including Everard Entertainment and Mad Chance, officially announced signing copyright contracts with Goodall to bring his true life story to the big screen in the form of a feature-length dramatic film. This film project mobilized a screenwriting team led by Chris Paraiso to directly develop the script focusing on exploiting original materials from the life-changing turning point thanks to social media. The crisis of losing his first wife, the unexpected reunion with his biological father and bloodline family members, up to the historic coronation moment in Los Angeles. Producers representing the film project evaluated Goodall's journey as a clear practical manifestation of the American dream, proving the power of perseverance in overcoming adversity regardless of age or initial background. Information about adapting his life into a feature film continued to attract major interest from major entertainment news agencies in the U.S., consolidating Goodall's position from a social media phenomenon into the central character of large-scale national mass media products. Earlier on August 29, 2025, Goodall officially released his debut single titled "Long Time," coming on digital music distribution platforms after recording sessions in Nashville with a professional production team. The single release went hand in hand with joining a new artist management team, giving him the opportunity to perform at many major events, including a comeback on the 20th anniversary stage of America's Got Talent in August 2025, with the song "Eye of the Tiger," and performing alongside guitarist Neil Schon of the band Journey in the finale. Besides large-scale professional artistic activities, Goodall maintained a connection with the local community in Terre Haute by participating in charity events such as the YMCA of Vigo County Inspiration Gala in November 2025 to raise scholarship funds for students. These shifts confirmed Goodall's long-term music career development strategy, completely transitioning from a silent blue-collar worker into a professional performing artist with national-scale film and music projects. If the determined and unexpected journey of Richard Goodall brings you valuable reflections on striving to rise in adversity, please hit the like button to support the channel. Share this inspiring story with your friends, and do not forget to click subscribe today so you will not miss the upcoming attractive information and videos.